Ta-da, the return of Coletto.
Oh shit!
Part 2! Oh,
Then there's this fuckhead over here.
Yeah, what's up? It's me, your boy.
Hey, what's your
handle?
Yo, the name's Big Cow, aka Little Cow, aka Medium-Sized Cow,
horse?
aka Horse Dick.
Remember, like a long time ago, like when we were gonna get Kyle on the show, we're like, you gotta have like a code name. He's like, so what do you think? He's like, how about Horse Dick DeRosier? Like that's like what?
And then we never spoke to Kyle again.
Was never invited back. Then they ran halfway around the world, and I had to come chase him down.
But here he comes. Here he comes.
We never thought Coletto would make it to Japan, but here he is.
Yeah, the original crew reunited.
Yay.
Plus, again, horse dick.
Let's do that weird high five thing.
Yeah, high five. We just high fived. Crow
yeah.
did to himself and no one high fived him. For the audience.
Yeah, and so we
Go team!
forced Coletto to come to Comiket this year.
Comiket 88, 2015.
Summer.
I don't even know what it was.
Only one day though for you, right?
Yes.
Only tolerate so much.
There's only so much I could handle. It's very crowded, but it was okay, I guess.
Alright, Kyle,
Yeah.
Comiket, how was it? You went all 3 days
Yeah,
with
it's
Matt.
pretty good. No, lots of cool costumes, lots of old men, lots of little girls. Gotta live it, gotta love it. Comiket 2015, just so sick.
Kyle, what are you saying?
Is that accurate, Matt?
Yeah, plus sweat.
Yeah.
It was hot. I think me and Matt both had a breaking point on the second day where we went on the roof at high noon on that white asphalt.
Tell me about Comiket so far.
Huh?
Tell me about Comiket so far.
I don't know what that is.
How are you enjoying it?
I don't know, it's kind of weird. Also seeing a lot of tits and fanny today. That's pretty good register.
I was like trying to still smile and joke around, have a good time, but I was like miserable. My arm is so burned right now. I have not sweat this much in a very long time.
The weight losing sweat is what it was.
Yeah, I lost 2 belt notches in 3 days.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but
You're like, my belt's better now.
Yeah,
like basically me and Kyle were outside all day just doing the cosplay stuff, so we actually didn't go inside.
yeah.
So that's obviously why it was so hot for us. But
Burn.
Did you at least find the shade? Did you drink
It's too
water?
bright.
No shade, yeah.
Did you drink water?
Yeah.
You should drink water.
this is like your both like Coletto and Kyle's first time like coming to Japan
Yeah.
and
also
Comiket.
Comiket.
Yeah.
So it's just it's obviously a lot different than the events that we had back home.
But
When we
this
got off
size
the
is
train
almost
and
immeasurable.
Yeah, we saw that
here.
mass for the first time. How did you feel?
I mean, like, I was like, oh, I get now the wave of kind of depression you get when you feel so claustrophobic. It sucks. So I'm kind of claustrophobic, but like in Toronto, there's spaces where there's not lines. With that, it's just a bunch of giant wave with just people.
And we didn't even stand in line. We actually managed to just walk in because we went.
Well, 'cause
Our group went
Crashed
pretty
the
late.
gate. Yeah,
if
we
you
got snuck in the
stood
first
still,
2
you get
days.
trampled though. That's the thing. Like, there's
Well, yeah.
so many people.
Nah, but you know what I found?
All the
It
time.
honestly wasn't that bad. Like, I don't know if
Oh,
it's
this year to
politeness
me-
or passive aggressiveness, but nobody was really.
But no,
I got to
mad.
practice
you didn't
some
go
sorry
inside
a lot.
though, right?
For what?
I mean, like inside the actual thing.
Yeah, we did, but
No,
I
you-
mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like when you're going in there when people are rushing by the shit, all the manners go out the window because already these guys are the social rejects.
Yeah, I know.
So you're just getting smacked. And you feel their skin against your skin, their sweat against your sweat.
Tainted,
That
yeah.
is a feeling that is undescribable.
But no, I think the best. I mean, I guess just the whole experience, at least from the cosplay side of things, was I was a little taken aback by how like business oriented the whole adventure kind of felt. Like the best thing I can compare it to is going to a zoo, where you would literally walk from like exhibit to exhibit.
Click.
You don't need
Moving
to
on.
wait, take your photos, and then hop on your way, go to the next person. And it was just I don't know. It was cool to see like the variety of costumes. I mean, there was like a good mix between kind of like comical ones and like just like really creative spins on other ones, but I don't know, it was just like
How can you
it still seems that like a lot of the cosplayers are just very focused on like getting their poses in, moving on to the next person, like tossing you a business card, and then just going
I think
at
half
it,
the
like,
time it's really just like to get that modeling gig.
yeah, that's what it feels like. It's not like a social or like even like really a hobby. It's like part time, like
because they can make
career
cash
for
off it,
them.
which is what comic market is
Yeah.
really all about,
Mhm.
as we've discussed in our previous podcasts
Crazy.
of content.
It is actually nice having like another person with me out there filming that, because we could like, I don't know, work out stuff. I could also take breaks and go get water.
Oh
and
man,
whatever.
you were treated like a god there though, because of like people just like, oh, I
Dude,
remember
that was-
you. I remember you from this. Oh,
That-
you're popular on like the.
I think you could call
the internet.
that Lord of the Rings after this weekend.
The rings.
Lord
why
of the
don't
Pervy
you- yeah.
Rings.
Why don't you break that down for the audiences back home?
I think we talked about. We showed.
Yeah,
we
videos
talked.
of
Okay, yeah.
Rings.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you call those rings of photographers?
Oh,
Wait, one more time. You
You
didn't
could
really cue up on the audio
You
here.
probably should have this.
rape.
Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Let me hear you say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. Everybody say, hey, we want some pussy. You see, me and my homies like to play this game. We call it Amtrak, but some call it the train. We all would line up in a single file line and take our turns at waxing girls behind.
Kyle, what are you doing?
So sick.
Yeah, that was.
But no, seriously though.
The scary thing though is like the girls that would attract the biggest circles were just like barely wearing costumes, like in the literal
I
sense.
wonder why they
But
attracted
I mean,
the
there were
biggest
ones
circles.
where it was just like wearing like a schoolgirl
Yeah,
outfit.
one- there was, like, not
there was
cosplay,
one where
really.
it was like not even like a hint of.
No, did you not see that one schoolgirl show that happened last season?
I don't
It was the most popular thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
of last season.
There was the best though is it was like it was the last day, and like one of the rings breaks out and it happens like you know what I mean, like real quick. Like they'll set up their little map, they like take their suitcase out, put their little notepad with their Twitter handle and any of their
Yeah.
contact info, and then this swarm just like flows in out of nowhere. But the best was there was this one guy who just had like a flip camera, like probably talking like 0.5 megapixels, like nothing
Okay.
really worth taking photos on. And so he's like crouched down in front, you know what I mean, in like that like local stance like this, and he's got like the
The
flip
Asian
phone
squat
out,
is what
and
he's
he's
saying.
got his phone open, and he's just not even looking at the phone. He's just got a beeline to her tits, and it's just like kind of smiling and like nodding, but he's in like the front row. Like he was there for like probably the whole time she was out, like 5-10 minutes. And this guy must have been like clean 55. Like he was a old man.
Hands-free orgasm.
I
Did
just
you
like,
take a
oh,
picture of
yeah.
that guy?
Yeah. No, I tried to.
Aw,
I
damn.
did catch. It was the end of the day yesterday when it was like all those old dudes sitting around and they were like showing their spoils of war
It's
from the
funny,
convention.
actually.
So they would take out their stack and like hold up the photo, and like as they're lifting it up, they would all be like, "Whoa!" And then like he would hold it up and they'd be like, "Hey!"
It's like he managed to get
Yeah,
this one.
I
He just
know.
kept doing it.
Just
Everyone
like
kept passing
yeah,
their stuff
and then
around.
they finally
And you
like
hold it up. It's like this little.
Yeah,
They're all
that
standing
was-
on the
Chicken.
ground.
That
In
was
real
another
life.
thing that it was really hard to do, because I don't know, I was like trying to go in not with the mindset of taking like these like real glamour shots of cosplay
Just taking pictures in general.
but just like more like trying to encapsulate the experience of Comiket. So like going for like a lot of
Oh, you
candid shots,
encapsulate it.
and like I feel like I did get a lot, but it was like everyone is so conditioned to like look at the lens and pose. So like I would like just be walking around and like I would like hold the camera near my head and like just like twist it down and then like roll it over like my eye and like take a quick picture, like, but I like had to get really crafty, even more so than back home at like taking
More so.
candid shots. Yeah. But then I have a side project. I don't know if it's Comiket related.
Go into it. I'm not gonna edit it out.
Japan, which I am delighted by, is just quite a sleepy place, and people just clocking out left and right, wherever they got the real
Z's.
estate to catch some Z's. So I don't know. I've been taking like gratuitous amounts of pictures of just people passed out all over the place, like hip shots on the train, just in restaurants,
like walking around and like suddenly Kyle's
like
gone.
gone.
Like where'd Kyle go? Look at me. He's like, it's like right up there taking a picture of like someone sleeping on the sidewalk. And, like other people are looking at him too. Like, what is this guy doing?
That must be very tiring
And
for
then-
you.
No, it's invigorating. It's
He missed that
But-
joke. How are you, Ryan? Ryan, we just did our basic shopping, so it's nothing that spectacular. What do you think of the artist quality this time?
Nothing really to note. Like you said, a lot of the artists that we're used to were just kind of they must
Not
have
there.
been on the previous day. Or
Either
something.
that or in the West Hall, because I thought it did say they're on day
'Cause it
3.
started the rim like we always do, like the perimeter, and there's like
It was like, this is not what we expected.
yeah.
Wait,
So-
do you think like the days were actually the right days? Like like you
I
guys tried to-
saw the listing for like some of the artists I like, and it said that they're on day 3, but I must have like misread it, and I guess they're in the other hall.
Like the West one, we never go to.
Could be, but some artists were in those main halls, just they weren't on the wall.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else at Comiket. So let's do a round table, like best costume.
Okay,
we
well,
can probably do
hold
a 3-day spread.
Okay, but first
Kyle, get back in here. Best cosplay.
I just want to say first like
Wait, time out.
Oh, we saw that one
Yeah.
cosplay that stood out to me.
Like, is there
Matt's
anything
gonna-
that you didn't like? Because, I mean,
Well, we discussed what we didn't like, because we were in the shopping business.
okay. Yeah, I mean, usually, like, because, I mean, some guy was interviewing Kyle, like, what do you think
Yeah.
about Comiket and all this stuff? Why'd you come
Mhm.
here and whatever? And, like, I don't
Getting
really
generic
have
bullshit.
any...
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
no,
pretty
I
much.
would say I do
Not
try to
this
like give
talk.
a little bit of constructive feedback because it was like every day it was like a whole different circuit.
That's what I was gonna say.
To like get in, like there was no consistency between how the actual like cosplay grounds were operated. Like the first day was like a free for all. It was like you just got out there. There were people like all over the place, and you could see them like kind of sweating because like all of a sudden they would just come out and like put these pylons and like barricades down to try and like redirect traffic, and people would just be like, nah, like fuck that, and like just keep going anyways.
Because Comicet's free. That's the
Yeah,
trick.
but then was it the second day? No, it was that last day. It was like a corn maze. Like they had all these like barriers just zigzagging you through like
Yeah.
this whole like obstacle course of cosplayers, and it was like even more congested because they had it funneled into these narrow little chutes you had to pass through, and like that was like even like we were walking into the Sunday, and I remember being like, well, you said like the Saturday's the busiest day, and you were like, no, I think the Sunday's the busiest day.
Yeah.
Like we were out there, I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad, and like 20 minutes later it was just packed, and I was like, oh, this is so congested, I can't do it, I need to get out of here.
Doubted Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
This
was
is-
just the one thing. It was just they changed the layout of how you go places each
Yeah.
day, and it's just like kind of confusing. It's like why
That
didn't you
happened
just add
before
it?
in the previous Comicets?
Yeah, they're always changing
Mhm.
things. This area is open today. Like the parking lot, the back parking lot's the main
Oh,
cosplay
yeah.
area. The first day, half of it was just closed. Like half of it was lines for stuff, and then half of it was cosplay. Then the second day it was the whole parking lot, and then the third day, it was also the whole parking lot. But remember that one time when we were taking a picture of those Metal Gear girls,
I
and
know.
then suddenly these guys like the company was like, oh, suicide, da, 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 and they took off the
Yeah.
the pylon thing, and this crowd
like this
came in,
parade
like,
starts
they must have been
barreling
going to
through.
somewhere. They were obviously in line or something, but he just like literally this is the cosplay area, and there's this huge line up here.
Again, there's
They
no
took off the
figure
barriers
to this.
and they went boom right into the cosplay area.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is.
But
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? They
It's
messed
just like what is going on? They're
They
just
messed-
marching them through.
You didn't see what happened though. Is they were trying to redirect. They were trying to push everybody
What
forward.
time was this?
About 6 feet. This was like maybe
Afternoon.
2 in the afternoon.
Alright.
Towards the end of the day. So they were trying to, I think, make another walkway behind that whole cosplay area, and they were trying to shimmy up these pylons like 10 feet, which they would do occasionally. So what happens is they lifted up the one guard, and there's like just the one guy who was directing like all of this traffic. Like there were like a ton of people. It's like a river of
We know.
folks flowing through, and then as soon as he lifted it up to try and move it to the other one, people just started walking through, and then I could see him like kind of his hands outstretched trying to be like no, and then it was like a floodgate breaking.
Maybe
all
that's
these
why
folks just
all
started
those
going
things
through.
happen.
But then you just seen him put his hand on his head, and he was just like
And like he just looked at the other volunteer people, and they were just like, nothing we can do now. So
The mass has moved.
yeah, I know. There were like there were times. Oh, we got some praise for just being a couple of white boys out in the hot sun. It's like the last day.
So cool.
So cool. Yeah, these people like had stopped us, and I don't know. It was fun for me because this was like the first time I got to feel like a celebrity the whole weekend. Matt, on the other hand, is fucking. He is a sensei. He's got disciples.
I mean, like,
running
I'm
around.
like, I'm
Yeah.
like so tired and exhausted, but like people do come up to me and say like, "Oh, I watched your videos." So like, I really do appreciate that. It's really nice to.
But
But
if you look
sometimes
like
I'm wondering,
shit
like,
and it was
man,
just
do
like,
I-
fuck off.
No,
I don't know.
I
I'm just
know.
like, oh, thanks.
I'm
but
sorry,
I wonder if
audience.
they like expect me to. I don't know.
To dance.
Keep trying to talk to her or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
Don't worry, audience. Matt loves you.
yeah, it's really cool.
It's just
Meeting
3 days of
people.
Comiket, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
And
of fucks you up.
a lot of actually, a couple people that I follow on Twitter, I work with them this year, and like, some of them spoke English. I was surprised, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you follow me and I follow you." But one was this armor maker, and I've never seen his face before.
Yeah.
So I like didn't know. I'm like, "Oh, sweet." So he's like, "Yeah, what should I do?" Whatever. So that was the Ultron
Yeah.
guy and the
Ultron
Gundam
and the
guy.
Gundam, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
I got a really good picture of when he was like assembling the
Going
Gundam
up
suit on
now,
the
this
last day.
picture.
He just had like flip flops that were like kind of like hot glue gunned onto like the Gundam like boots or whatever. But I just thought that looked so fun. Just these like little kind of rinky dink slippers.
Alright, let's wrap it up.
Super armor.
What was your favorite cosplay for y'all folk? Hey,
First
Cleto.
day.
Shut up! Get over here!
I'm
Did you see
sleepy.
him?
Huh?
Did Claudio even see?
We saw one thing. I'll say it. It was the, what's his name? Birkin.
Oh, the
Infected
Resident Evil?
Birkin, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That was Birkin, right? We did see the eyes on his body.
Yeah. Oh,
Tyler
that
saw
was
his back,
that was
and I was just
also
like, damn,
another
I can't
really-
reach there.
That was a
he
really
was
funny
inside.
moment
He
for
was
me.
inside the thing, and he was like, I think near, what do you call
But
it?
okay, that was another great moment because
Did you
so
see
Matt
him in
had
cosplay?
Birkin.
big Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil 2.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Or the
Monster.
Tyrant, whichever one it was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it
I
was a
think-
Tyrant.
I thought it was
Pretty
Birkin.
cool.
But
Anyways.
funny anecdote from that costume was Matt had gone up, like, you know, he'd like approach him and be like, you know, video or whatever, the Birkin, the big tyrant from Resident
Oh,
Evil.
yeah.
And so like he had like this really like gruesome face like on like the chest wall of like, you know, this big
Yeah,
monster
yeah.
suit that like Matt, I guess, like thought was the guy's face. So Matt's like talking into his pec, and then he finally like takes the costume off and his head is like way up at the top, and he was just like, oh,
Here you are.
video.
Yeah.
That's, I guess that was the only real one that we saw.
Yeah.
Everything else was, you know, their standard. People just shopping. Didn't go outside, so didn't see the cosplay people.
So,
You too?
I really liked the Joker and the Harley.
oh yeah, that was second day. Yeah, they were really
Such
cool.
obsession with Batman.
No.
That's
Oh,
why.
I
No,
don't know
no.
who
But
you're
I think
talking
that
about.
was
I know.
where it was almost like really like apparent how different like
Oh, yeah.
conventions are from east to west, because they were a couple of people that I guess were living over. They said they were working at the Disney resort, so that might have been why they were like great on camera in the first place. You know, it's like they're kind of, you know, like that's their gig, is to, you know, liven it up. But yeah, like they were like totally down for like doing poses. Like I actually like was like, I had pointed her out. I was like, look at that Harley costume or whatever, and they were like probably like a good like 30-40 feet up, and it was like
I'm like,
right
go
as it was
get her.
exiting. So I like Matt's like, you know what I mean, like sending me out. I was just like his bloodhound for the day. Like my job was to carry things, pass out business cards, and harass people. So I'm like, all right, boss, you got it. And so I like start gunning it, and like I like there was like a wall of like probably 15 people, even though I was getting closer. So finally, I was just like hoping she like spoke English. I was just like, yo Harley, Harley, yo. And then she finally like turned around, and I was like, English, and she was like, yeah. Like I was like, you want to take a photo? And then-
English?
yeah, but then it was like I didn't even see the Joker until like later, and then like and then
It's like, is it
I,
okay if like we film outside the cosplay
Yeah,
area? Because
they
I
were
asked,
like, yeah.
I ran into Tanya,
Yeah.
or you know the girl I was filming with, who just doesn't smile.
Not from Smiley, really.
Yeah, I'm like, she was like, she found me again. She's like, let's film whatever. So I'm like, can we film like
Yeah.
right over here? She's like, you know, she
Yeah.
doesn't want to go outside. Then these are like, is it okay if we film over there?
They're
I'm
like,
yeah,
yeah.
let's go. And we
Jinx.
sit over there.
Good.
Actually, I was like, kind of asked him to do more stuff
Yeah.
because they kept doing stuff on their own. Like, oh,
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
you do that
I
again?
know.
Like one time, you just lifted up Harley, started curling her.
Yeah.
It was like, oh yes,
Yeah.
that's good. So yeah, they were good.
Then that poor
I like
Han,
Best
the poor Han Solo. I was like, oh, there was the girl that was like dressed up like Lady Solo, and then I was just like, oh, like check this out, and then you were like, yeah, oh yeah, it's
No, I said,
So-
what is she? Like, I don't
you
know.
were like,
I
what?
don't-
Yeah, what is she?
Yeah, I feel like I
It's
forget.
the best
I
way
like,
to
it looks familiar,
compliment
but I'm
someone's,
not
yeah.
quite.
But-
Wait, what is it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
But no, that was good though. But yeah, great. But then I don't know, I'm trying to think. I like the
Soldier
like
Crew, right?
the what? Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Soldier
yeah.
Crew. They were really cool. The neat.
We got
League or
video of
whatever.
that. I'm
Yeah.
making of right now.
That was cool.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
I don't know, what do you think is the best one, then?
Like just strictly costume wise.
That you took a picture of.
I
We
know
we
you
wanna
said
see
you
it.
had seen it, but there was that one Titan costume that was like that 8 foot tall, like kind of puppeteered thing. Like poor guy could not move anything but his arms, but damn, they did not look impressive. Double negative, it did look impressive.
Nah.
But yeah, what else? I really like the snake in those two like little kids.
Kazas.
The yeah, whatever. I don't play Metal Gear, so
Hear that,
I was
Matt?
just like yeah. But yeah, no, they were really cool. It was just like when you'd see people that were like really into like I think there were people who like took pride in
Their costume.
making their costume, and then for them it was like the work was over.
Because
Like,
yeah, we
they-
talked about this before. Like a lot of people
like,
just buy their costumes,
yeah.
and those are just like,
And-
yeah, we're gonna model the
Mhm.
shit. But then there's the people.
And I
actually
think that's
go
again like
legit.
another like kind of east-west split that's different is like even people with like shitty costumes back home will like play into it, and like it's more about like that play side of it. Like I don't know, over
'Cause
here
it's a
like
party.
I feel like that's just like kind of an offshoot of the word. Like it's more like cause modeling and cause business. Like
I think maybe not necessarily my favorite cosplay, but just I don't know, just the Mad Max guy.
oh
was the
yeah,
most,
those
like,
those
just
are
in
really cool.
character,
Yeah, that
having a
guy.
good time.
And again, then that's what I mean. Where it was like the costume is really good, but the people were just like having fun with it. And I think that was like really refreshing to see, especially for how like kind of meek and you know what I mean.
Yeah, because I mean, you see like all these people
uninspired.
and you think like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of a
you know.
business thing. Then there's just like this group of people who
Yeah,
are just like
just
having
having
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Like that's good.
And,
So at least that still exists here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mad
You
Max.
did. I liked that sweaty E Honda for the second day too.
OK，3、2、
wrestler.
1。
I was like trying to like
Alex
tell
Love-
Matt like what to do. I'm like, Matt, you gotta get him to do the 1,000 palm, and you were like, what? I don't play
He
Street
doesn't
Fighter.
play
I'm like
Street
1,000
Fighter, like a
palms.
fool.
Like, and then like I don't know. I'm like trying to like translate to Matt by proxy, and then Matt's trying to talk to them.
I
So,
think
like,
he can
I'm
figure
just-
it out by your
I know, but I'm
gestures.
like for a lot of times where I like be trying to explain things, and like I was just oh, you know what costume I really liked was on the first day there was that Gendo that just had the feet in the bucket. Like it was a hot day. He just had the table set up, and then like
Oh, Matt got him, I
his
think,
hands
on the
across.
first year.
Yeah, but
Just
who
feet in
else?
a bucket
Just
of
his
water
feet
for
in the
some
bucket
reason.
of water, and
It's
then
hot.
I was like I like had pointed to it, and he was just like hot to.
Actually, one of your favorites was the Back to the Future guy, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
What?
there was
Dog?
Marty McFly.
Oh, okay.
And I got a really cool shot of he had like a little toy like die-cast DeLorean, and then like a picture of like the module from the DeLorean that has like all of like the date and time parameters, and then like a copy of the movie, and he had like the hoverboard, and then some like kind of gross looking Nike mags, but they just look like he put handkerchiefs over his shoes. But I got a cool shot of like kind of like a landscape of like the car, the panel, like his like foot with the hoverboard kind of like floating in the air, and then everything else. But yeah, he was really cool. He was like, I feel like everyone was walking by him, and like no, because I don't know if it's not, it probably isn't as big a thing over here. But then I was like, oh, he was like, he was just like, he was trying like so hard to like rush and like get his foot on the board, but it kept falling off. He was just like, he's like just waving his hand. He's like, no, it's okay, I got it. And like every time I try and take a good picture, it would fall off just before like it would happen, and I was like, oh, okay, like, but yeah, he was really cool. Who else was good? Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, there was. I have so many crowd
Alright, so
shots.
since we had some of the good ones, let's talk about
Yeah.
the not so
Oh,
good
wait,
ones.
one more good one, because this guy, he made a full armor set from Dark Souls.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
legit
that guy.
like armor, like metal and like a real sword he couldn't take out because it's a real sword.
Yeah.
He like chained it.
Mhm.
I don't know how he was, but like
Yeah.
he was.
That was
like me and the two other guys who have steady cams met up at one point.
Was it Dark Souls?
Yeah, it's Dark
Yeah.
Souls. And yeah, we were just like all there with him, so we had this like I don't know. He
This
was like celebrity
maelstrom
guy.
of
But he was
people
like a
around.
high school student, I guess.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But
That was another thing, like, as much as, like, I don't know, I feel like we kind of, like, passed through the valley, like, in terms of just, like, having a willpower through the heat. I have no idea how
Oh, yeah.
some of those people were able to survive. That was, like, that's what I was laughing, was the Tyrant costume. They had they had a like, an egg timer that they were setting, like,
Just
where
so
they
you
would
get him
they
out.
would count it down, and then he would be in there for, like, a minute, and then, like, they'd take their pictures, and then he would take it off, and he'd be like, ugh! Like, he'd just be covered in sweat, and, like, he just had all these wet towels on him, like, trying to cool him off. But, yeah, I cannot imagine, like, how freaking hot that
So I would
was.
say, despite the business end of it, there's probably some degree more of a dedication.
I think,
for
I
the
mean, I
guys.
guess
To
you're
that.
bound
Yeah,
to,
for
like,
the guys at
run into
least,
it.
because the guys they'll do
Yeah.
that just for the hell
Yeah,
of
that
it.
was like another thing too. Is like just like everyone was like passing over like a lot of like these really well made armors or like just the dudes in general, and this I'm making myself sound real incriminating on this. Just like there's so many dudes here, like let's get some photos. But no, they'd have like really like impressive costumes. But it was like people were just kind of like, you know, you'd see like one or two in line for them, and like we're saying, it would just be a girl just wearing a school uniform, like 60 people deep.
But
like,
she had the
waiting
wig
to-
of that character.
Yeah. Or man,
I mean,
all
Japan,
these
that's what they
Kantai
like. They like to
Kantai
keep
collection, is that what it was? These
Fucking
little
cosplay.
girls in swimsuits. And like, can we talk about the high science of padding and push-ups over here? Because like
The
it would
male
be so
version?
funny. No,
Oh, that.
we're talking ladies again now. But yeah, like there was one girl who like I was like you know like not trying to say anything too damning here, but like I would be you know kind of like trying to assess the situation in my head and be like, hey, is this real or how is this working? And then you would see like kind of like the you know the like the tailings of cutlets on the sides, or like there were a couple people that there was this one girl that was wearing a necklace, and it was just like a full chest piece, like it was literally like a breastplate, like pun intended, that was just like boobs that were like she was wearing underneath the whatever you call it. Or like you'd see those weird like kind of underwear like
tight
like
things.
yeah
I don't know.
I don't not like the pantyhose, but like you'd see where like you know they'd be wearing these like dental floss strips, and then they would have like double-sided tape trying to hold it down, but it just looked like the weirdest shave job ever. I don't know, like it was
they don't
just
shave, so there you go.
I don't know. It
Well,
was-
did these particular people shave?
There were just like a lot of moments where like you know like you're just there, like you know what I mean, like you're trying to like do your best kid, take the photos, but then I would like look at the camera afterwards and I'd be like, oh god, what? I can't show this to anybody. You know,
Only
I'm
at
gonna
Rescue
be
the Princess.
having like nightmares going back through the airport and just being like, well, we're gonna have to see your camera just to see like what you've been up to over there. No, you don't need to. I'll just go back. I don't need to go back. Like, I just like eat that SD card.
I'll stay here
that
forever.
yeah. Just you don't need to worry about that. Just crack it in half.
Oh, and then there's
But-
one more. The super buff outdoing Ryan.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that
Oh.
dude was
Oh
just
my God.
fucking ripped, dog. I was like, that was another one. I was like, man, look at this guy's jacked. I'm like, I didn't know who he was. I'm like, this guy's huge. And like, you were like, no, like I think I've seen that costume before. I'm like, it's not a costume. This guy is the real deal. he's just big man. Like we go over there, and Matt
Kyle
was
loves
like,
them big
then Matt was
guys.
like, whoa, like this guy was like a monster though. Like he looked like he was having fun with it too though. Where he was just like happy to keep like hulking out and just like doing the poses and stuff. But then it was funny because like you'd see people like going like up to him afterwards and they'd be like, "Sumimasen," and like trying to squeeze his muscles or whatever, and being like,
Sugoi muscle.
yeah, suge muscle.
Big, sexy
Yeah.
muscles.
But there were like I don't know, there was some cool. I really liked. Okay, we missed all of the best groups altogether. So I'd like to think I was a little bit of a trendsetter this weekend because there were some really good. No, there were some really good family cosplays. Like the first day I think probably my favorite costume was there's this family walking around, and at first there was just a little kid wearing like a Freddy Krueger, like the the fedora and like just the sweater. But then I looked up, and then his mom was wearing like a Jason mask. That was also real weird too, because she was wearing like, she's there with, so it's a mom, and then like 3 of her boys with her, and then dad is just chilling. So mom is wearing these like denim chaps with like the tightest cropped shorts like underneath, and then she has her one son's Jason, then the other kid was Jigsaw from Saw, and then the other kid was I think supposed to be Chucky, but it was like so hot he wouldn't keep the wig on, and then dad was just like wearing a polo. He was just pushing the buggy around.
He was dad.
But I went up to the kid. I went up to the kid and I was like like Shashin, hey, that's guy, and then he was just like all excited about it, but then they all like posed up. And the one kid that was like the Jigsaw just sold it. Like he just got into his pose right away and like had this like spooky head tilt. And then like right after like we got them all assembled and stuff like that. It was like all these people ended up coming around again. And then same thing happened the next day where I seen this little kid dressed up as like from that new Naruto movie, like Boruto is like his son or whatever. And they had like this whole family that were dressed up like all these like ninjas from like Naruto. And then like this little kid that was Boruto like just has the most boss pose that I got like the whole day. Like he's just got his fingers crossed in like the jutsu stance, but he's just like looking off. Like it looks like a movie poster. But then this poor girl, I was like, I mean, I speak nothing, so I just sound like like an idiot the whole weekend. This whole like trip has been like a tour in dyslexia. But like I was trying to tell her to like stand up a little more. She was just in this like low like kind of Spider-Man style crouch, but like she was outside of the shot. So I was like trying to be like dekimasu and like stand up a bit. And she was just committed to her pose. So like I got like a real an alright like kind of like portrait shot, but then like the landscape was one where the kid just has this awesome pose, but like you just see like her head like chin up in like the photo, so like everyone else's pose, but then it's just like her head in the corner. It still looks alright, but like I don't know. It was cool to see like again like people having fun with it. Like you could tell like these kids were just into what they were doing. So
passion.
I think the most popular. What do you think? Well, I get to marry you.
This year, you mean like inside?
I think the most
balancing out. Kankle is like dropping slightly, but at the exact same time, I didn't see day 2. Could have been all Kankle there.
No, I mean we always say, what do you think is gonna be the most common cosplay? Like Misty,
the cosplay.
Pikachu,
Splatoon for sure, dude.
Aw, yeah.
You're a kid now. You're a squid now. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a squid. You're a squid now. You guys missed all the horrible viral marketing back home.
I didn't mind that.
That song was they would play that commercial every 10 minutes on Hockey Night in Canada, and I was like, who the fuck is gonna buy this game? Like it's all adults.
Parents will get it for their kids.
Not really. No? Like it's like
Not
yeah.
Really.
You're a kid now. You're a squid now. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid now.
Yeah, what
taking
else was
over
good?
Japan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the mic's hot, I'll keep going. I got at least another. Hey, you guys like YouTube? Because boy, do I got some videos for you.
Kyle, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Comiket 2015.
What did we see?
Yeah.
What did we see? What did we feel? What did we hear? The sun, it was hot. The girls, they were cute, but not wearing a lot.
Sticky.
No, I was rhyming. Right, you fucked it all up. But yeah, wrap up. Girls were banging. Sun was banging. Hentai was banging.
Oh, do the Comiket line.
The Comiket 2015. Comiket? More like come and get it. Alright, God bless. Have a great night, everyone.
Said that in the middle of the day. More like come and get it.
What? That was what I was just, my brain was melted from the sun.